Welcome to Clovers, Ibrar here. Today I am going to cover Docker import, export, save and load command with examples. This is the part 9 of Docker 0 to Hero series. This is the most important command to work with production environment. Watch video till the end. DevOps in Action channel is more focused on DevOps in easy way. You always found complexity in simplicity here. Each video guide is available in video's description. Here will be only action as channel name is DevOps in Action. So let's jump to the live without any delay. On my channel you can find out all links here. So my all platforms link available here. Open GitHub account and here in my repo find out Docker 0 to Hero series, and in the day 9 you can see here all the things I added here in the details. So let's see what it is. I added just a command summary here. Docker import, what it does, it import the exported Laravel file, right? And Docker load, what it does, it load images from the tar archive. Again, if you have done with the Docker save command. Okay, Docker export, it's export a container, and Docker save, it's the save in tar archive. And Docker commit, again I added this one which is not here but I added here. You can create a new image from container changes. Let's say if you have started a Nginx container and after that you realized that you must have add some packages there, and after installing packages you can just commit changes. So commit changes, what it does, it create new images, and after that you can run with the new images a new container. So let's see first comparison what Docker export, Docker save and Docker commit does. So Docker export work on the container, and it does not include image history, environment metadata, volume data and layered image, right? So it's not include anything when you Docker export. Only output you can get the containers file system archive as a backup. But with the Docker save where it work with the images, right? It's include image history, environment and definitely volume is the volume part. So we will see in the volume section how we can import and export volume as well. And layered images, yes, it's export as well as layered images. And output you can get full Docker image archive. So this is the best form to export images with the Docker save command. And the third one is the Docker commit. Basically we use it in the production when we want to change something. Let me tell you one scenario. I have a one container running with a critical environment, with a critical workload. So I'm not able to see from where we can download these images because that image was in private repository and there was no image layered. So we cannot get history what inside Docker container, what inside the Docker images. But after that commit we can change it according to our need. So that is the best practices when you work with the production environment with the Docker commit. Basically it's add partial cmd env as a set container or base image. So this is the very good things. And after that new image layer added. Let's say after that you install any application like Nginx desktop, whatever you added on the top of container, top of that images and top of that containers. After that when you commit you can get the all details, all the files in the newly created image. That is the very good things. Okay, and you can see here typically use capture container state and as image. So existing state of container you can capture it as image after installation anything, after adding files anything, but that must not be in the volume, right? So let's see what is the difference between docker import and docker load. Docker import basically work on container file system, and docker load work with the docker image, right? So docker import, what it does, it import archive, okay, and it's not preserve metadata means in the startup either it is cmd or either is the entry point environment, whatever, it doesn't preserve, okay. And tag image optional in command, and layer retained, so there is no layered history. So after docker import you cannot get any image history. This is basically used for if you want to import your Laravel file, and after that you want to rebuild this image for production environment or for any testing environment, then it is very important role works, okay. So basically common use is backup, migrate containers, minimal rebuild, okay. The next one is the docker load. So docker load is again work with the .tar file, but again it's load image and it's fully preserve metadata. Either it will be cmd, either it will be entry point, either it will be env, whatever, okay. Also it's tag from the saved image, so it will grab the tag, whatever tag before that it was. Let's say I exported images ubuntu and version 1 as a tag, and after that exporting Laravel I import again, and after import you can see here the same tag will be there, right? Also it's preserve image layers. When you check the docker image history, in that case you can see all layers, it will be there, okay. So use case is the simple restore image saved with the docker save command, and this is very helpful for production backup and restore systems, right? So always use docker load and docker save if it is possible, because there are multiple, you can see here availability, so all possible things available in the docker save and docker load. And docker commit is for runtime changes. So if you are running containers and you want to add something there, and after that commit it, the new images with the existing changes will be there, right? Here the summary is docker import. If you want to export it docker container file system, then you can import it. And docker load, you have saved images as archive, at least you must used before the save. And docker commit, if you want to turn live container into new images, preserving its current state, so you can preserve its current state either adding the file, either installation application, either adding anything, any environment there, right? So let's jump to the demo part, but before that we need to prepare environment, okay. So here I am making some environment here. Let's open the terminal, okay, and I am creating one index.html file as it's created. So let's run the simple docker run with the alpine, and let's test it is working fine or not. You can see here it is working fine, right? So instead of typing docker container name or docker container image id multiple times, so I don't want it, because in production work I always prefer this one. This is the best way we can use it, okay. So let's first export and import container. Okay, so export running or pause container. With the help of this command you can export running or pause container. So let's export this one first. So I'm exporting day09 container and doing gzip with the same container name docker day09.tgz. Okay, and here you can see here I am in the day09 folder, so it will be available there, right? You can see here it's available here day09.tgz. It's exported. Okay, and you can import your existing container tgz file, right? I want to import it, so with the new image name, right? So here you can see here I have right now 4 images, and after importing this terabyte file, the total image will be 5. So you can see here my new images is also created, you can say imported, right? So let's see images history of it. You can see here there is no image history, it's just showing the imported from. Why it's happened? You can see here in the import it's not preserve metadata, it's not preserve image layer history, right? So the next one is the create new image from Laravel, right? So let's do that. First I want to test it. I imported images like new images. I want to run a new container with the port 8090 with the name my new images and tag is latest here. So let's see what happened. Here you can see the error message showing that no command is specified. It means when we started docker run command with these images, in this image there is no entry point or no cmd is defined, right? That's the reason we are getting error. So again metadata and cmd not preserved, that's the reason we are able to see this error, right? So again let's commit the existing day09 container, right, with the commit, so we can see how it works. So I'm committing day09 at preserve v1 image name, right? You can see here preserve v1 name is there. Now when you check image history with the commit, you can get all image history is there, right? So with the docker commit, what it does, it preserve all the layers and also as cmd or entry point. When you run and you test your committed images, so we have committed images preserve v1, so I want to run the same command which I run here, but I change just images name and now it works. Okay, so when you open 8090 port with your IP address, now you can see the default page will work, right? This is the related containers, and now we want to see the docker images. I don't want to mix up docker images with container, but due to comparison here table I added here, and I also add maybe docker docker load and docker save in docker images videos, maybe it depends, right? But I'm showing here, so maybe yes, maybe no. Okay, so let's clean the first all the terrible file here. rm-09. Yes, let's clear the history as well. Now I want to save ubuntu latest.tar to ubuntu latest. Okay, so we have ubuntu latest or not? Yes, ubuntu latest. I have images, so I want to save images as terrible file. Now you can see here ubuntu latest terrible file is there, right? Simply you can either use this command. Again, one more thing here, this is the very simple file terrible.tar, but if you want to zip it, then you can also use compressed version. So what is the difference between the compressed one and the simplest one? In the compressed one you can see the size difference. You can see here the compressed one .gz is 29 MB, and where the plain one is the 77 MB. And you can see here the ubuntu latest images size is 78. So it's compressed only 1 MB and it's compressed more than the plain one. So always prefer the gzip in production environment, but this is the rare case use when you use it in your production environment, right? And now let's load image from the terrible file. First remove the docker images. So I want to remove the docker images. It's removed, right? ubuntu latest gone. So let's import it, and you can simply find out from the docker images and grep. Now just import the plain one. You can see here it's imported, and once you check again the image will be there, right? Again simply you can import the gz one also, but before that I remove the images, and let's see image is there or not. Image is gone. Now I'm importing the gz1. So simply gz1 is you can import simply with the same command. Again you can see here 78.1 MB images is there. Once you check imported terrible file image history, you can see here image history is preserved. So this is the very good things with the docker load and docker save command, right? So always try to use this one. Here I did some visual analogy. So docker import, basically what it does, it's take photo of a container, but in the docker load it's cloning the entire DNA of image, right? So let's export all stopped containers. So how many stopped container we have? Nothing. And let's first clean the our existing directory. It's done. And docker stop all container. So I'm stopping all container, only day09. And let's run the hello world also. So at least 2 container available in the exited. Yes, here you can see 2 container available in the exited. So I want to export only exited container. So if you want to change your running container, you can just change status from here, or you can change docker ps-a, remove the status, and you can export all the images. So I want to export just exited one. So you can see here I have only 2, hello world and nginx alpine. Now you can import containers as a version images to convert exported containers into the images as a version tag. So it is very simple, just copy paste it. And before that, let's see how many images is there. And after the import, you can see here 2 images imported, and you can see the hello world and nginx alpine added there, right? And here it's untagged, right? Simply you can save all images to .tar file. But before that, let's clean. This is the most important if you want to migrate your some host in your production environment. Just instead of pushing retagging and pushing to docker hub, and after that pulling docker hub to your next new instance, that is not a good way. But instead of just export all images, let's say if you are working in AWS environment, attach a new volume, attach a new disk in the existing one, and export all images in the disk. And after that, shut down this VM and add this disk in the new VM and import there. It is very simple. Okay, so I want to save all images to tarball file. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, let's remove this. And neat and clean. Okay, so I have some files, some why it is showing like, oh, there are multiple exited one. So the docker rm and docker ps-q, my bad. Okay, now you can see here neat and clean images available, and I want to migrate it. Simply save all image to tar file. Here we have two options. One is the all-in-one tar, and the second one is the separately uh, we can add, right? And this is the single all-in-one tar where it's remove the dangling images which was before that showing this one. To avoid this you need to use this command, right? But I cleaned it, so the first one also works and the second one is also work. What it does here, so docker save command added here, and after that docker images which show the docker image, right? And after that sed1d, so what it does, it's remove the whole this line, the it's remove the header, right? You can see here it's remove the header. And after that I am printing $1 and $2. What it is, this one latest sorry, $1 is this one, and the second one is this one. So let's see what it does. Just copy it and run it. You can see here I got the name of images and its tag. After that I'm saving it in all-in-one tar file. So let's see in action. Okay, it's exporting all images in single tar file, right? Here you can see it's 230 MB available all in one tar file, right? And similar thing, you can just if you want to avoid this dangling image, then you can use this one also. The both one work the same, but to avoid dangling image, use this command, right? Let me show you this one also. Rm all-in-one .tar, it is also works fine, so no need to worry. You can see here it's exported again the same size, all-in-one tar 230 MB, right? And if you want to export separately, then you can use this command. it will basically export your all images as separate tearable file. So you can see here all the images exported as separately, right? Similar, you want to load images, you can either use the single file, load single all-in-one tar file, or you can use all image separately, right? So let's first remove the all things here. Okay, I want to remove all images, dis dps. There is no running container, there is no any images in the repository. First I want to import the single all-in-one tar file. So it's importing and it's preserving the image history as well as its docker images name, docker images tag. It's preserving all the things. Once you see here, you can see all the files is all the images is there with the same name and the same tag. You can see here the same tag is also available, right? They not changed any tag, right? So I imported the all-in-one tar, but I want to again clean up this one. So let's remove rm all-in-one tar. Yes, I want to, and I want to clean all images as well, because I want to show you there is no images in the repository. So I want to show you the all this tearable file to import, right? So with the this script, you can see here all images imported with the same way which we have done with this command, right? So let's run with the docker alpine, nginx alpine. So it will work or not. Let's see, it's port 8080, right? I think I not copied what happened. Okay, it's not copied. Why it's happening? Yes, it is working fine, right? So today I covered, you can see here, docker import, load, export, save and commit. So we covered how to export containers, how to load containers, and how to save your images, and how to load your images in production environment, right? And again, how you can commit your uh, containers, right? So for today I think that is enough, and here I did some troubleshooting tips and best practices. Also I added resources URL here, so you can review it how it works, and do more and more practices to work with the docker and docker compose. I will cover in the next upcoming session, and you can connect me with my all platform available here. Okay, so I think that is enough for this part. Let me know what you guys think, right? If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead. See you in the next video.